Tonight marks the start of a new season.
I'm not done with football!
And with it, a new opportunity under the Friday night lights.
Win it right here, let's go! Let's go, baby!
After a year without a Florida champion, our teams are hungry.
I want that dog and I want to eat!
To get back to the state championship caliber this area is known for.
You understand me? Yes, sir. All right, let's go to work.
With big-name quarterbacks leading the way.
There's a couple good guys around here, but not the best one plays at 800 Hammond Boulevard.
The Friday Night Blitz is back.
This is Action Sports Jags Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Hello, everybody.
You know what time it is.
Friday Night Blitz.
Yeah, that's right. Even the kids are excited for the return of the Blitz. Guess that's what happens when you're the defending champs. Welcome to another season of the Friday Night Blitz. A little taste of it tonight, the real deal for everybody next week. Hello, everyone. We're back for another season. The Friday Night Blitz. Dan Hicken here. Entire Action Sports Jags team with us tonight. Marcel and Olivia at some games. Brent and Stuart on vacation in Detroit with the Jags. We start in Georgia because the games count in Georgia, while here in Florida, it's week 0.
For the first time in their illustrious program history are the state champions.
Yeah, the only state champ in our viewing area a season ago, the Ware County Gators from Waycross got it done. A big deal anywhere, and it was a real big deal up in Waycross. Time to run it back, but things aren't the same. Quarterback Nico Smith no longer at Ware County. He went back across the border this year to play at Yulee.
The game of the week, sponsored by Whataburger.
All right, Gators stepping onto the field for the first time as defending champs. Appling County is their first opponent. First quarter, home team backed up deep in their own territory. Defense stands tall. Hosted Gators take down the ball carrier in the backfield. Appling have to settle for 3. Nothing happening for either offense. But the Ware County defense came to play all night long. Another stop that would force the Pirates to punt. Arg. Remember what we said about no offense? Well, that changed late in the first quarter. Xavier Hamlet puts the team on his back, takes the handoff around defenders. See you later. 87 yards, Ware County, the lead. Gators up 20-17 in the fourth. Over to Folkestone. Charlton County Indians get their 2023 campaign going against Jeff Davis. Second half action. Indians trail 9-6 third quarter. Neither offense can find a groove, but Jamie Jackson can. Right place, right time for the defense. Catches a loose ball, takes off. You can find him in the end zone. He scores, and the Indians take the lead. Jeff Davis scores to retake the lead. They get the ball back, but not for long. Fumble! Somebody's got to get it. Ahmad Hamilton picks up the ball for the Indians and returns a fumble deep in enemy territory. Indians back in business. This time the offense comes through. Aiden Cruz finds David Walters on the slant. Gone. That catch and run gives the Indians the lead, but the Pirates fight back, retake the lead. Indians fall 23-20 in the home opener. Shout out to Glenn Hughes for the roster info. In Northeast Florida, it's Jamboree season, glorified scrimmages to get the teams ready for the bright lights of the regular season. Tonight's games don't count, but begins to set the table for coaches and teams in the area. Let's go to Creekside. Knights taking on Fletcher. The Beach Rats. Quarterback, ooh, look at that crowd. Oh, they love it over there. Sean Ashenfelder, Cooper Dixon. Coop does the rest. 55 yards, Knights up 16-0. Senators get their first points with a 20-yard touchdown scamper. We'll call it a scamper. Let's watch Marcellus Tate. He's a USF commit. Nice move. Brings Fletcher within 10. Tate at Fletcher, Ashenfelder at Creekside. Just two of the really good quarterbacks in our area. Marcel Robinson joins us with more in Jacksonville, becoming a quarterback capital.
The argument about our area being the quarterback capital of the country is quite convincing. This high school football season will feature some of the best talent in the entire nation, and the best part is that we get to see them compete against each other every Friday night.
Outside, we might go grab a bite to eat, chop it up, but when it's time to put them pads on, it's a different mood. You might not be my friend on that field for that hour and a half, but outside, you know I love you.
No, it's just honestly great. Just to play against one of your friends. You know, there's always going to be competition off the field, but whenever you get to really play against each other on the field, it's just amazing.
It's great to be competitive, but at the end of the day, I want to win. That's the only thing that's on my mind in the game. It's great to see my guys, my friends out there doing their thing, but at the end of the day, We're here to win. We're here to take home a trophy and state championship.
Now, of course, these guys are technically not playing against each other, but each of these quarterbacks admit there's just a little bit more juice heading into the games against their buddies. Should set us up for a lot of fireworks come this fall. In the studio, Marcel Robinson, Action Sports Jags.
Thank you, Marcel. Talk about a strong start to the season. First play of the preseason for Atlantic Coast High School. Darian Gant, pick six. He projects to have 11 pick sixes this year. Pretty good stuff as a Stingray sting on the first play of the preseason. A little battle of the sunset moment at Bishop Kenny. They host Clay County. Oh, yeah, the Blue Devils in town. Start of the second quarter. Bishop Kenny inches away from crossing the paint. Easy job for running back James Davis III. Crusaders extend the lead 14-0. Same score, Kenny back in Clay territory. A handoff to running back Caleb Madison. Madison fighting, scoring for the Crusaders. Final seconds of the game, Clay County trying to get rid of that goose egg on the board, but oh no! A.J. Alicia with the interception in the end zone. Crusaders will kneel it out with less than 2 seconds left. Varsity leaves the field with a 21-0 advantage. Now over to Mandarin. That's a good one. Matchup between the Mustangs and the Ponte Vedra Sharks. Both teams coming off 5-5 records last season, but a lot of talent on the field. Mandarin gets on the board first. Florida State commit Tramel Jones, you just heard from him, with the pass to Ethan Sherman. He scores for 6. Then the Sharks answer back with a touchdown pass from quarterback Ben Burke. That's not really a pass, that's a run to Brian Case. The Game of the Week lineup is all set for us. We partner with Jags Prep and make it a big deal. So are we coming to your big game, your school? There they are right now. They're the games of the week, getting ready. Union County, Columbia next week. Oh, yeah, good stuff throughout the season. Cannot wait. And hopefully we'll be visiting your school for some great high school football. More kickoff classics around Northeast Florida. We make a visit to Detroit, Michigan. Not talking about the Lions or the Tigers, but instead a couple of former Bears. Oh, my. Plus a look into the dog days of summer as local players got ready for the season to come. That's coming up next.
Wildcats!
You gotta say, let's go Wildcats.
Let's go Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats.
Say hey to the kiddos over at Riverside. We got some hyped up fans and a future cheerleader on the sidelines as well.
You got it, go. This is y'all. No. All right, come on, you're wasting the film.
We're the Wolves, and you're watching Friday Night Blitz.
Go Wolves.
This is Action Sports Jags Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Coach of the Year was obviously very honored to even be considered, let alone win it, and then custom pair of shoes to go in the man cave, and then 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, so I'm having a good day, you could say.
I would think so. What a year it was for the Baldwin Indians for the first time in school history. They won a district championship, and they did so by snapping a, get this, 54-year losing streak to their rivals from right down the road at Baker County. 54 years. That earned Robert Shields our Coach of the Year honors, and through the Jaguars and the NFL, as you heard him say, a trip to the Super Bowl in February wrapped up a year of honoring the top coaches in our area.
The Coach of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
Coach of the Week here. Your coach.
And we can't wait to hand out more of those big checks. Got to take them to the big banks throughout the season. Starting next week as our Game of the Week program revs back up. You know who else is excited for the season? How about the student body? School spirit in full force at stadiums all across the area. Our fans of the week. That's Creekside, man. It's always packed over there. I mean, look at that. It's got to be a lot of fun to play there.
Sponsored by Whataburger.
And starting next week, we'll restart our weekly Player of the Week votes. Just go to the Friday Night Blitz page of our website, actionnewsjax.com, and make your selection. As you can see, we don't have a poll up there right now because, well, it's the preseason. You got to check back next week. You know, one thing that makes football special, you only get 10 or 11 Friday nights, but the work that goes into those special evenings, months in the making, right? Action Sports Jax, Olivia Tasley with more on that story.
For these high school football players, Friday nights are the reward after months of training and working on getting into the best shape possible for the season. And while these workouts are necessary, they aren't exactly the most fun. We polled the stars to see what drills they dreaded the most.
110s all day. From big boy running, it's horrible. All of them. Even the beach workout.
Something we call 6 sets of 6. So it's like we do 6 sets of power cleans, 6 sets of hand cleans, 6 sets of deadlifts, and that'll take about an hour before we actually go into the weight room.
We gotta run up the stadiums, run up the stairs, go down the stairs, run across all the stadiums.
Time 300s, and those always kill everybody.
96ers, you do like power clean presses, power squat, and you can't put the bar down, so your forearms are just like fried. You just a bunch of presses, a bunch of pulls. It's awful. You'd have to do it.
No, I'm good. Well, as the saying goes, hard work pays off, and these athletes will see that come to fruition on Friday nights. In the studio, I'm Olivia Tasley, Action Sports Jax.
I mean, shout out to Liv, who color coordinated with the Whataburger colors. That was fantastic work by that young lady. By the way, she's on Twitter. She'd love you to follow. She always has some fun stuff on there, so you can follow her at Olivia A.S. Jax. Olivia A.S. Jax. Olivia. Hey, touchdown Tigers. Shout out to Andrew Jackson, Twitter, for posting this highlight. King Johnson drops it in the bucket to wide receiver Sylvester Miller. You know what that means? Miller time. 50-yard touchdown reception. Tigers tying their game at 7 in the first quarter. One team, one dream for the Riverside Generals. Hosting the Bartram Trail Bears tonight. First score of the night goes to the Bears. Lathan Biddle. How long have we said that name? Turns on the Jets across midfield, past the ref all the way. Bears up 7-0. Generals turn Bears territory. Quarterback floats this one to the receiver. Touchdown, Riverside. Extra point was blocked. Bears still lead 7-6. Nearing the end of the first quarter, Bears back in Generals territory. How about another touchdown for Biddle? Here's your riddle. Don't give it to Biddle. He scores. And the Bears extend the lead 14-6. They would go on to the victory. Over the years, Bartram Trail has sent many Bears onto the next level, and one of them is ready for a big stage. Micah Pollard enters year 2 with the Big Blue. Michigan Wolverines, if you believe the reporters from up at Ann Arbor, Pollard is poised to have a big season for the Maize and Blues. Speaking of Michigan, hey, I know that guy. That's where we find Brent Martineau covering the Jags and tracking Pollard's journey from Bartram to the Big House.
We've been hanging out in the Detroit area all week, of course, with the Jacksonville Jaguars as they get set for preseason game number 2 tomorrow on Fox 30. Right down the road from Detroit is a place called Ann Arbor, Michigan, and that's where the University of Michigan is as they get set for a big season for the Wolverines, number 2 in the country. Micah Pollard is an outside linebacker for the Michigan Wolverines. He played his high school ball in St. Johns County at Bartram Trail. Micah's dad is Marcus Pollard. He played in the NFL and currently is on the staff for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it's nice to see the two got a chance to catch up this week. We caught up with another Bear that's now a Lion, former Bartram Trail offensive lineman Brad Cecil. He's an undrafted rookie free agent with Detroit.
Coach Sutherland built a long-lasting legacy at Bartram Trail, and he built a program that's going to last beyond his years there. And I think that Coach Johns is going to do a great job taking it over, and I'm really excited to see what they do.
Cecil will have a fantastic opportunity to get some good tutelage in the NFL. That offensive line for the Detroit Lions is very good going into the 2023 season. He'll also be keeping an eye on Bartram Trail on Friday nights. In Detroit, Michigan, I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jax.
Brad Cecil had a chance to go up against a handful of guys from Northeast Florida during joint practices. Coming up next, 4 Jags from 4 different local counties, all striving for the same goal. You want to stay with us for that.
Coach Lenoir at First Coast High School. You're watching the Friday Night Blitz.
All right, there's the Bucks and Ribault doing battle tonight. And shout out and thank you for the Say Hey. We're back with more next.
We are the St. Augustine Yellow Jackets, and this is the Friday Night Blitz.
This is Action Sports Jags Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
For our team to, go up to Georgia for a whole week and spend time together and just, kind of mess around, go to a Braves game, play in Cartersville on ESPN versus Trevor Lawrence. I think that was a really cool experience. A lot of team bonding, and I think even though we lost that game, we fought hard, and I think that it set the standard for us the rest of that season, and that's what eventually led us to make the state championship.
Hey, pretty good stuff. We mentioned Cecil, but how about this guy, Tracy Walker, entering year 6 with the Detroit Lions. At one point, he was one of 3 quarterbacks from the city of Brunswick, all playing on the same team, Darius Slay and Justin Coleman, the others. Let's head back to Detroit now. Stuart Weber with more on the Jaguars quartet of local standouts playing for the hometown team.
Over the years, the Jacksonville Jaguars have done well with local talent, none better than Englewood great Rashean Mathis. Well, this year, the Jaguars didn't double down or triple down, they quadrupled down. 4 local players right now on the 91-man roster for this Jacksonville Jaguars team.
Darius Williams, Creekside High School.
Daquan Jackson, Robert E. Lee.
Cooper Hodges, Baker County.
Shaquille Quarterman, Oakleaf High School.
4 different journeys, but they all led back to Northeast Florida and a chance to play for the hometown team.
Growing up, riding to the games, just getting little $20 tickets, just walking through the stadium, still in seats. So, just being able to play it's kind of surreal.
We have a certain amount of pride, especially for myself, just being able to play for my hometown team, the team I grew up watching. It brings that pride into it, and just your love for the game and your love for your city.
Playing at home certainly has its advantages for this group of Jaguars.
It definitely makes every game electric. Having so many loved ones and supporters in the stands, and just around the organization as a whole. I stopped at a regular gas station, and I could see somebody that watched me in Pop Warner, middle school, high school, or maybe even college. So just to be able to be back, within this stadium with those fans is great.
Everybody in the neighborhood know you, and just be like, dang, that kid grew up in the neighborhood, now you playing for the Jags. It's cool.
The biggest thing for me is being an inspiration to the community that I grew up in, and I don't think anybody kind of did this before me, so it's like a great experience for me, but it's an honor. So I'm just trying to take advantage of every opportunity, and like they say, I run into people all the time. They're like, oh man, you played for Lee. So I just want the young guys to know that they can grow up and do the same thing.
They may come from Duval, Baker, Clay, and St. Johns County, but all 4 are Jaguars through and through.
1, 2, 3.
Duval!
Yes,
West side, the best side.
You know it.
You can just tell it means something extra for those local guys to get to play in the teal and black. In Detroit, Michigan, Stuart Weber, Action Sports Jags.
You can watch the Jags tomorrow, 1 o'clock on Fox 30 as they take on the Detroit Lions. We'll count down to kickoff at 12:30. Get you ready for that game, tell you who you can expect to see, what you'll expect to see. And then we'll be live right after the game and hear from the coach and the players who played the best on the post-game show. It's all coming up on your official Jag station, Fox 30, starting at 12:30. We go back to high school football in Georgia. We've got this in home opener. Camden hosting the Columbia Eagles of Georgia. Columbia out 6-0 lead. And the Cats try to get things started on offense. Mason Robinson throws deep into double coverage to Jamarlee Riddle. Riddle me this. He makes the catch but can't keep the feet in bounds. Camden's kept off the ball. First half winding down. Robinson again goes deep to Elias Williams in coverage. Williams brings it down, but Camden couldn't capitalize the next few plays. They don't score. In the second half, Camden running back Jaden Daly with the Daly double. Takes the handoff, shakes a few tackles, keeps going, huge gain, gets pushed out of bounds, sets up this pass to Elias Williams. He's in the end zone, finally, and Camden gets on the board. Camden will keep it rolling on offense. They go on to win 23-12, taking down the Eagles.
Let's go. Hey, let's go, 7 leaders, baby. Hey, here we go, boys.
All right, the Jamboree last night over at Oakleaf. Some good football being played by the teams involved. Sandalwood and Oakleaf and Baldwin were over there doing battle, and just leading us into tonight. And we get ready for the Friday Night Blitz, baby. Every Friday night we do it at 10:30. We give you a half hour for all the high school kids putting in all the work. And they only get, 10 Fridays a year, most of them. Hopefully some will take it a little bit farther. We do it again at 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. We appreciate you hanging out with us. tonight on the Friday Night Blitz. We'll see you in a few minutes. We'll do some more highlights for you and get you ready for the regular season. This is week 0, but week 1 just 7 days away. We leave you with the band of the week. We're heading to Camden County. Strong performance as they let it rip. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks for watching Action Sports Jags Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.